Hello my lovelies, how are we today? Right, flowing flowers. I did a bit of a live yesterday and I showed you flowing flowers with that, so I'm going to use it again because I made this card having a bit of a play and it's gorgeous, so I need to show you how I made it. Basically you need dark cardstock, and this is my favourite colour. Probably said that yesterday as well. If you didn't see that video, it will be going up onto YouTube shortly, or just check it out on Facebook because it's already there. So I am just trying to get my post up so I can show you how I made it. So this is using the Blackberry Bliss stamped onto Rich Razzleberry cardstock, which I have already cut, and then using Whisper White and a blender pen. It's always good if you're going to be using the Whisper White to use a nice fresh end. Now I've only used this one for, as you can see, white ink. So it's still got white on it, so I can use that. Let's have a look. Is that, why is it not? Oh, it's so fun, so fun. Love Facebook. Not okay, so let's crack on. So I'm just going to move these out of the way for a minute. I just need that one. Move that one out of the way. And the blender pen and my card. And then all I need is that. And then I need a block. Now, look away now if you don't like stamp surgery, because I have performed stamp surgery on my stamp set. Because I love this, but I don't like being restricted with that there, because I'd like to be able to tuck these two together, and because of that I can't, so I've chopped it off. But I can put them back together if I wanted to on a stamp, because I was very careful. On a block, I mean, not a stamp. I was very careful that when I cut it, it fits back together perfectly, so no problem. So we're going to get the big flower because that's the one that I use for this one, and then the little set of 3. Okay, let's get right, so I can't see any comments on there, so I'm just going to pop that on a big block and then this one onto a smaller one. And then it's not going to stand out to start with, but I'm hoping you will be able to see. So I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit so you can see. And then I'm going to ink up. And I'm going to go around the edge mainly and just put some flowers down. And I don't want it to look totally uniform, so I am just going to stamp it quite random. Well, I say quite random, it probably will look pretty uniform. Oh, why is this not working? Okay, Facebook, get a grip. It's gone into Creator Studio and it will not go back to my normal Facebook page. So while that's sorting itself out, I am going to finish stamping this bit. Then I take the smaller one with the set of 3 flowers on and just fill in any little gaps with this one, like so. So let me just clean these off with my chamois. Oh, here we go. We're getting there now. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Right, so, oh, that's a very nice picture I've got there. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, Claire. Hi, Margaret. Yeah, honestly, Margaret, it's doing it to me on everybody else's lives as well. I do not understand what's going on with Facebook, because once it's recorded and I put it back on, it's fine, which is just weird. So, what you do now is you get your white ink and a spare block, and you just put some, just going to ink up, I don't know if, oh actually you can't see because I zoomed in, didn't I? So all I'm doing is just putting a bit of white ink onto a spare block. So I'm just going to try and do that, and then the white ink out of the way. I might zoom out a little tiny bit just so you can see me using the, so I'm picking up white ink off my block onto my pen, and then what I do is I just go around the edges of the petal and pull it into the middle, and then just keep going from the top and pulling your white ink down the petal. So you can go back in again with some more until you get the desired effect, because it will fade a little bit to what you initially put on to your card. So, forgot to post. Hi, Mum. Okay, so this one, and then you're just pulling it into the middle. So, you know, this is basically, it's quite quick as well. I was quite surprised how quick it was to do it. And easy. So you can do this with any sort of biggish flowers that you've got. You could do it with small ones, but it would be a little bit more time consuming, because with this one you can just flick it down or up. But I think down gives it the sort of petally effect, I think, if you draw it in. So then just keep turning it till you're facing the right way. I'm trying to make sure I stay in camera. Just go round and draw that ink down the petal, like so. And it doesn't have to be accurate. And then all I do is go across this piece here, but I'm not making it like really white. Okay, next flower. So picking up the ink on my pen, go around the outside of the petal so you get the shape of the petal, and then it's just a case of drag that ink down to give you a nice petal effect. Hi Jan! Hi Lisa! Those ladybirds were very cute, Lisa, I've got to say. I wasn't keen. Right, I like the ladybirds, but I don't like the ladybirds' faces. And actually, you didn't put the faces on, did you? You didn't use the faces on yours. So I was thinking the same thing, that I could get it, but I don't need to use the faces. So we're just going to keep going, and we're just going to chat amongst ourselves as we're just loading up our pen. And just drawing that in, and then this one over here, I'm sort of just going to come from the corner now and just do a little bit around there because I can't really distinguish the petals. And then across the middle, once it's faded a bit, I'll use it for that. These little ones are the same, so I'm just going to quickly sort of judge where they are. There we go, like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect either, because we put a bit of Wink of Stella on them. And it doesn't use, you know, I may have to stamp a bit more white on this, but not much. I used a smaller block when I did it the other day. Hi, Mary. Oh, Mary, we won't tell anybody, we promise. So we're just, I mean, like, talk amongst yourselves while I just, you know, finish this off. And then we're going to go to this one. And as you can see, it's quite white where I've done it, where I've just coloured, and then it fades to a paler white on there. So you pick up some more ink. Pick up some more. Hi, Carol. There we go. We're going to go down this way. So for those of you that are watching the replay, I am talking to some lovelies that have joined me on my live. So I've decided that I'm just going to go live when I'm actually feeling well enough to. And I will be on every Saturday at 8:30. And if for some reason I'm not well, there will always be something. So there'll be a video or just something there instead, so that we don't miss out in it. Don't want to be missing out. So we're on the last flower, guys. We're on the last flower. This is quite a therapeutic card, actually. You know, if you like colouring, it's actually quite good fun. I'm just going to put some more white ink on my pad. It does dry quite quickly, but I would allow it a little bit of a little bit of time to dry. But it's really thin because you're swiping it on with the pen. So I would assume that it does dry quicker than stamping it on. But when I stamped it on, let me see if I can see. I did show a piece that I stamped on last night on my live yesterday. I can't find the piece of card now, but I used the same stamp set to stamp it, but I actually prefer it like this. So yeah, I was just trying out some new do you know what, I need to start writing down. I watch so many different videos and things because I just love watching people craft. I was saying to my niece today, actually, my niece comes to do my cleaning for me, and I was saying to her, every time she comes, I'm watching a different craft. So today was a lady drawing faces. Oh, it's not tone on tone. It is Blackberry Bliss on Rich Razzleberry cardstock. so that you still get a bit of an outline. Afterwards I'll show you, once it's all dried, I'll show you, because you'll still be able to see the outlines of the flowers. And I do a little tiny bit of like center stamping, because obviously the centers go quite light, because I don't want them to be rich razzleberry, but I also don't want them to be bright white, because that's not what flower centers are like. So I shade over them a bit like so. So let's just finish these little flowers and then I can show you the next bit. I think I've got an elephant in my house tonight. I've already heard Daddy shouting, "Please stop banging!" But, I mean, she's 4. She doesn't listen to anybody. Okay, so that's the stamping done. So what I'm going to do next is move that out of the way, because yesterday I stuck my hand in it. And then I'm going to bring back in my very dirty Blackberry Bliss. And in the, was it in this stamp? Let me just check if it was in. No. So what I did was I grabbed a dottage from Forever Fern. God, my Forever Fern stamp set is so well used. It's quite scary. Right. Okay, so all I did then was go back to my centres and just stamped a little bit of Blackberry Bliss over the top. You could even use black, I suppose, for this, just to sort of, because it's dottage, it's not overwhelming, but also because it's stamped in white, it does tone it down a little bit. So then you have your flower centres then as well. Then I took my Wink of Stella and I just flicked it. If you do that, it flicks it all over your card. And then there are dots around these flowers, so I put dots. And then around the big flowers, I literally just went round the outline roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, this is glitter. It can go anywhere it likes. So all I did was go around each of the petals. And doesn't show up greatly on camera, but we'll have a go in a minute and see if you can see it. Move that out of the way. Where's my lid? There's my lid. So that's that bit. Now, if you do find that some of them have stayed really white because it's too much white ink, just use, oh, if I had one out, it would be helpful, a piece of cotton bud. And then just sort of dab it off a little bit. It's fine. You could even put a bit of water on it. It'll probably dye it off a little bit as well. So that's that piece. Then, what did I do then? That was it. I took my pen and where I had the dots, because there's still white ink on my pen, I just went round and put my dottage back on, really, because it was where it was around the little flowers. Okay, so I think that one will be wide enough. Oh, this was the one I stamped. That's Blackberry Bliss, and I stamped the flowing flowers with white on top of it. And this stamp set is just, it works. It looks really beautiful. Stamped in white, but the very edges were really bright white, but actually it looks like it's calmed down as it's dried. So it's just beautiful. So we have a nice happy birthday in here. I like the font that's in here. I like that as well. Time for a happy dance. Send in a card instead of a text. The only thing I find with this is cleaning the white ink off. I need to get a little brush. Hi, Delinda. Okay, I probably said hello already, didn't I? I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing right now. That's it. I'm getting this, aren't I? So I'm just going to get my white ink back out. Let's move my picture out of the way. And then with white ink, you need to make sure that you ink it up really well. I am getting my white ink to work now because I was having a bit of a grumpy moment because it didn't matter how much I put on, it just didn't seem to work. But when you first receive the ink pad, it is not inked. So with white ink, oh, and you have to hold it on for, you know, just a few seconds. It's not inked, so it comes with its own bottle of white. Look at that set. Look at that font. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It comes, yeah, so I have put nearly a whole bottle on here, but you can see the difference now. It would literally fade to nothing when I'd put half a bottle on, tried it, nope, didn't work. Bit more, tried it, didn't work. Nearly the whole bottle, and it is working lovely now, and it is a really juicy pad, so it'll be fine. So with this now, because I've stamped it, it's going to be quite wet. So I am just going to use my heat tool just to dry it out, because as soon as I touch it, I'm going to be wearing it white and I'm going to smudge it. So close your ears while I just dry it off. So yeah, so it's quite a simple card to do, and actually if you wanted to, you could do a whole one sheet wonder and then just chop it up once it's all dried. I think it would look rather gorgeous. Oh, I shouldn't have done it on here, should I? Because I've warped my pad. I actually don't think it likes being warmed up. Right, testing. It is a little bit sticky, but it will do. It will do, donkey. It will do. Okay, so let's have a look how big I did that one. Okay, so scissors. Let's get me squizzers. And then I'm just going to there and there, because that's just the way I roll, you know. You could get a rectangle die and cut it out, but you know, I'm not that fancy today. So then we are going to stick it down to a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. Just going to get me glue. Nice blobby blobs of glue. And then we're going to stick it down with a nice border. And then gently, I'm not rubbing it, I'm just patting it into place. Like so. And then with this sentiment, I am going to get my white chalk pen. Ooh. And if you see now, I'm not worried about damaging the tip of my pen. But, you know, if you are, don't do this. So what I do is I literally draw, like I'm going to draw around it, but just on the very edge. of the sentiment. So it sort of catches the edge of the sentiment as well as like so. Last bit. So when you do that, you're framing, instead of having to do a matting layer, you have framed your sentiment just like that. So I am now, I keep saying so. Honestly. Oh, dimensionals attacking me all over the place. Right, there we go. Generous, we're putting 4. Oh, and I've got no nails because I chopped them all off. There we go. Well, it worked. It's all right. Right, tweezers. So I like to use the tweezers at the moment because I'm not very sturdy. So I think that'll do. There we go. And then because I've got new gems and I love gems, got to put some gems on. Hi Valerie, nice to see you. Right, which side? I don't know if any of you have been here before where I've given you a tip on this. I literally cut, because I fight with that piece there that's got the sticky on it. Drives me insane. So now what I do is I trim, oh, hang on, I'll show you. I push it so it goes right to the other side of the packet. And then I just get my snips and I trim down this side. When I want to use them, I just slide it out. Not all the way, just halfway out, because it can be hard to get back in, but you know, anything for an easy life, this is easy. So so I'm going to take a little one and pop it there because, you know, it's gorgeous. And then we're going to pop one here, one down here. And I'm going complete, oh no, I missed it, didn't pick it up at all. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, maybe we'll do that one as a center of a flower, and then one more, I think 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we've got 5 blingy bits and then a bow. Now I am going to try and use a different ribbon because I ran out. That was my last little tiny piece of the pale pink organza ribbon. I don't know if it's Stampin' Up or not because it was literally just a little ribbon. So let's see. I think this one will go. This one will do. This one was from Tracy. Hi Alice! So making bows is not my fun pastime, I've got to say. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not very straight, but we can make this work. We can make this work. Oh, I don't know. Actually, don't like it as a bow. Okay, scrap that one. We'll try a different one. We'll try this little tiny one. This is so cute. Look at that. Maybe this one will work better. You just don't know until you try. Oh, okay, pull it back, pull it back. Right, there we go. So trim. Oh, I know that a child has had my scissors. There we go. We're going to put a bow there. Now, if you decided that that ribbon isn't the right shade that you want it to be, you could colour it. But I've obviously made the bow already, so let me just, I want to try it because now I've got it in my head. I'll try it whether I'm with you on here or not. So we're going to have a go. So let me see. Now I don't have, because obviously Rich Razzleberry is not a blend, Stamp and Blend anymore. So what have I got that's something sort of purpley? Dark Fresh Freesia. Should we try that one? Oh yes. That'll work, that'll work. So you just literally go down and I gently rub the side of my blend pen on the ribbon, turn it over. Oh, it soaks through quite a bit, so just top up the other side to make sure it's even. And then I'm going to chop that bit off just there. Do bunny tails this time, I think. Oh. Oh, look at that. Oh, 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 nearly didn't work. Well, I've made it fray, if nothing else. Right. It's got to be the worst bow on the planet. Oh, this bow making lark is hard work, you know. Hard work. Right, there we go. Now I've got the... There we go. Now we're cooking on gas. Right. So I'm just going to trim off that end there. And possibly fray it a bit more. And then, of course, you've got to make the other side look the same. So pull a thread. Cut it off. Give it a bit of a spread about. And then you have a matching bow. Nope, I don't like the tassely bits. So indecisive. So if you're feeling very generous, you could put both bows. Nope, that one's too pale now. Now I've made that one, I love that one. So I'm going to grab a glue dot or two. Actually, I might only need one because it's only a little tiny bow. Oh, got stuck to it then. And then I'm going to stick it on the corner of the sentiment because obviously I've put a gem there. So can you see? And there you go. So you've got lots of twinklies. And then that's the one I made yesterday. So there we go. So give it a go. If you've got a blender pen and white ink, give it a go. Share it on my page so I can see what you're doing. If you do anything that looks, you know, that's inspired by me with any sort of bugs and stuff, obviously, because I love them, you're welcome to share it. Thank you, Jan. Hi, Monica. Hi, Linda. Are you all zooming? Are you zooming? Because I'm thinking I might come and zoom as well. Okay, so that is that. I'm just not going to give any warning of lives. I'm just going to do it because, you know, I can. So I don't know if you can see. Let me just stand up and have a look and see if you can see my... Yeah, you can. Look at those. Beautiful. Well, I went on Zoom earlier and there was nobody there. It was quite odd. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Alice. Thanks, Mum. Yeah, so if you would like a catalogue, or if you fancy finding out about a class, I'm going to be doing a scene building class. I have got to get a certain number of people to make it worth me doing it. But I'm going to be brave and I'm going to teach some people how to scene build with stamps, maybe some DSP, and also using blending brushes and ink. Now, if for some reason that everyone hasn't got everything you need, we can work it out as to what we can do. So let me know anyway, and my email address. I will put my email address. Any sort of questions, or if you would like to know more about classes, then just email me and I will get in touch. Thank you so much for watching, and love to you all. Goodbye.